Number 2, Katie Clark.
To ask the Scottish Government what steps it is taking to ensure teachers are equipped to discuss and address the issue of extremist online misogyny with pupils.
Cabinet Secretary Shirley-Anne Somerville.
We are committed to ensuring all pupils receive high-quality education on relationships, sexual health and parenthood, which includes the recognition and rejection of misogyny. Through Curriculum for Excellence, young people should experience factual and objective learning that enables them to make informed decisions and choices that promote and protect their own and others' well-being. Learning is supported through provision of updated resources, including our SHP online resources, and will be further supported through our established work on personal and social education and gender-based violence in schools. This work contributes to the delivery of Equally Safe, Scotland's strategy for preventing and eradicating violence against women and girls.
Katie Clark.
The EIS Union has issued guidance to teachers looking to tackle the harmful effects of online misogyny on young people, as some misogynists continue to gain popularity on online platforms. Will the Government make further resources available to ensure that all teachers have access to equality and diversity training, which explicitly includes content on gender equality, tackling misogyny and addresses violence against women and girls?
Cabinet Secretary.
Well, I welcome the ongoing commitment and work by the EIS and indeed other unions on this important issue. But I hope I can reassure Katie Clark in as much as we already have resources available to assist teachers. One resource, for example, rshp.scot contains lesson plans, activity resources and information for parents and carers to help them reinforce the messages at home. As the member would expect, this is available in an age-appropriate fashion going through a child's education. And we are, of course, again looking to see what more needs to be done in this area. There's been the review of PSE, Personal and Social Education, which had recommendations about what more could be done. Good progress is being made on delivering those recommendations, but I would agree with the member there is absolutely no room for complacency on this. Misogyny is a societal problem that we have, and as schools being part of our society, it's important that they play a role in that to ensure that both young women and men receive the type of support and learning which they should have to allow them, as I said in my original answer, to make informed and educated decisions.
Katie Clark.
The Cabinet Secretary will be aware of the specific problems in schools, and I'm sure will agree that teachers have an important role in addressing these issues. The EIS are calling for the development of more specific anti-sexism learning in the curriculum and for issues like misogyny to be explored through existing subjects. Will the Cabinet Secretary look at updating the Curriculum for Excellence so that it includes specific aims around tackling misogyny and promoting gender equality in schools across all subjects?
Cabinet Secretary.
Well, I'm happy to look at any and all suggestions, either directly from Katie Clark or from the EIS, and indeed other members and stakeholders on this issue. Clearly in Scotland we don't have a national curriculum, so it is up to schools about what resources they use. But we do all have to work together to ensure that staff are supported, to ensure that they have the best possible resources in front of them, the most up-to-date resources, as this clearly is, given it's an online space in particular that we're talking about today, a real obligation on us to keep up to date with developments on that. So I'm happy to look with that. Obviously, I already chair a task force looking at what can be done around some of these areas, many more beside, but particularly on this area. And the unions are involved in that, particularly the EIS, but happy to look at further suggestions on what could be done to see if there are any gaps in provision or indeed any updates that need to be done on this.
Brian Whittle.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Social media means that any abuse of this kind can follow pupils home. One of the Cabinet Secretary agrees with me that mental health support is crucial in tackling the effects of this kind of abuse, and if so, what are the Scottish Government doing to ensure that support is available for all?
Cabinet Secretary.
Brian Whittle raises another really important aspect of this, which has changed markedly since any of us were at school, and that is that ability for bullying and harassment, sexual harassment, misogyny to follow a person home, a young girl home from school. When it comes particularly to mental health, you'll be aware of the counsellors that we have provided funding for local government in our secondary schools, and those are in place and play an important part. Obviously, there's wider support around CAMS, but it is very important that we have an environment not just supporting mental health, but also overall well-being, and a provision within schools that ensures that young women and girls feel supported and able to come forward to be able to report any issues that they are having in schools, and for them to absolutely have the belief that action will be taken upon that. But again, as I said to Katie Clark, I'm more than happy, particularly on this issue. I hope it's something that we can come together on. If there's suggestions around this that Brian Whittle would have, again, I'm very happy to work cross-party on this.